Back with you here on Total Access, and a massive wildfire north of Los Angeles has destroyed hundreds of homes, forcing thousands to evacuate. The fires continue to rage out of control, and the Los Angeles Rams canceling practice at the team facility today in Thousand Oaks, which is directly in the fire zone. Our Steve Weich has more on the evacuation effort and their plans for Sunday's showdown versus Seattle.
It's been a really tough stretch for the Rams, who were forced to cancel practice Friday as wildfires nearby their Thousand Oaks facility forced several staffers, players, and coaches to evacuate. Now, the team will get together and practice Saturday at USC, which is located in downtown Los Angeles. And as for the game itself, that is not in jeopardy, as these wildfires are about 40 miles west of the LA Coliseum. Now, this latest tragedy comes on the heels of the mass murder at the Borderline Bar and Grill in Thousand Oaks, which is about 4.5 miles from the Rams practice facility, and that is a tragedy that really struck a nerve with a lot of players and coaches. Head coach Sean McVay did say the team has been able to compartmentalize their preparation for the Seahawks, but situations like these really put life in perspective. Now, for the latest with the Seahawks, let's go to MJ Acosta.
Thanks, Steve. Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson says the mood in this locker room is, quote, locked in. After being within reach of a victory in Week 5 against the Rams, the Seahawks are learning from their mistakes. I expect them to implement that same effective formula and commit to running the ball. But there is a question mark against running back Chris Carson's health as he deals with a hip injury. Head coach Pete Carroll confirmed that Carson will be a game day decision. Carson has collected 100 or more yards on the ground on 3 separate occasions this season. Another player listed as questionable is guard DJ Fluker with a calf injury. Neither Fluker or Carson participated in practice this week. Cole?
Thank you, MJ, and a 2-point win for LA the last time these two crossed paths. However, it was in the home of the 12, the Emerald City, Seattle. That's right. We know the fan base there, rabid. Now, the rushing yards is what kept the Seahawks in this game, but it was Todd Gurley keeping the Rams afloat. So Seattle versus LA, 4-4 versus 8-1, 2-point win the last time around, as we said. So when it comes to adjustments, what need to be made for either one of these teams?
Well, if I'm the Seahawks, I got to focus on Todd Gurley and try to stop him. I mean, Todd got going early in this game, early and often, didn't kind of carry it throughout the fourth quarter. So you have to figure out a way to stop the run if you're the Seattle Seahawks. You can't allow Todd to rush for 3 touchdowns in the red zone. You can't allow him to continue to get big gains. You have to stouten up a little bit. Also, continue to get those type of turnovers. They found ways to create turnovers in this game to get their offense back the ball. Now, on offense, do what you did. Okay. You did a great job. You used max protection to do double moves, and you ran the ball well. Now, if I'm the Los Angeles Rams, offensively, we're going to continue to do what we've been doing. We're going to critique a couple things because anytime you play a team twice, you want to make sure that you have what we call a rabbit in the hat, a little trick play that you kind of throw them off with. Defensively, though, you have to stop the run. They've struggled against the run. They struggled against the Saints against the run. They've done it just throughout the season. They have to focus on stopping the run early in games and forcing teams to be one-dimensional. Okay, so those are the adjustments that both teams need to make. But is it, as I read between the lines, is it safe to say that the run game is going to dictate who is the winner of this contest? It always does. Okay. I think in any time in football, as much of it's a passing league, if you can run the ball and force the defense to be on their heels and not be able to attack and try to, obviously pass rush up the field, you have a great opportunity. Like we said, Todd Gurley, 3 touchdowns the last time they crossed paths in Seattle. 7th-ranked defense overall, and they're tied for 6th when it comes to that passing D. So we'll see how Jared Goff and the fellas fare. Now, New England, winners of 6 straight. The Chiefs, they're atop the AFC playoff picture. Those in the hunt, however, you see the teams right there. Chargers, Dolphins, and Titans. Oh, by the way, the Patriots' Sunday opposition. So now let's check in with our guy, Mike Giardi, ahead of game time, who has just a little bit more in Nashville.
Mike Vrabel has a unique trait. Very few people could get under Tom Brady's skin quite like Vrabel could when they were teammates with the New England Patriots. Vrabel used to jump on the scout team, intercept Brady passes, and then talk as much trash to him as humanly possible. Now Vrabel must come up with a plan to stop Brady as the 41-year-old keeps on playing. Brady, though, remembered fonder times with his ex-teammate.
He's a great person. He was a great teammate. And I'm sure he's brought those things to the locker room, just being a really mentally and physically tough player. And I'm sure he wants his players to be the same. So they're playing hard. They have confidence as a team. They win different ways. Offensively, they've done great in some situational things. Defensively, they've played really well. And that's kind of what he's always been about, just getting the job done. He's definitely been someone that was an underdog his entire career. But, he's a great was a great player. He's doing a great job as a coach.
So this will be a first for both Brady and Bill Belichick, playing against a former teammate in Brady's case and a former player for Bill Belichick, who's now the head coach of the other team.
Thank you, Mike. And the Patriots offense, very Vrabel-esque. Not 11 targets, 11 catches, 11 touchdowns, good, but still strong where they need to be. As for that Titan defense, surprisingly strong despite that 500 record. They're tops in red zone D, so that's the good news. So, Rod, give me the Tennessee key to victory in this student versus teacher matchup.
First, can I say revenge for Malcolm Butler? Last time he's seen this football team, he was benched in the Super Bowl. Nobody wants to talk about that. But anyway, let's talk about this. The running game, you have to be able to run the football. Matt LaFleur, can you not use Derrick Henry like he's a small back? Lewis, he's your small back, so let's use those guys differently. But it's all about their defense. Dean Peeves, you doing your thing on defense. #1 scoring defense in the National Football League. #1 scoring, one of the main reasons because of that is because the #1 scoring red zone defense in the National Football League. Tom Brady gets into the red zone. They have to keep him to field goals. That's the only way they have an opportunity to beat him, Cole.
I'm no math major, Rod, but 7-2 versus 4-4.